Sup peeps, Xenon here. So today I'm going to be playing Sepia Tears, I believe that's how it's pronounced. Winter's Reprise. I saw this game on Steam. It looked very, very interesting. I was really curious to play it. And it won't completely full screen, but it's enough to allow me to record. So you guys are seeing like my chat bar and all that, or my task bar and all that, but don't really care. You can kind of see GTA San Andreas right there, 7 Days to Die is right there, and RuneScape is right there. You can see a few things, but let's get into this because I'm really curious to play this. You've heard of the Mayfly, right? It is one of those odd winter days when the snow is falling, but it isn't cold. Either late November or the beginning of December, right around that time when the dollar store starts playing Christmas music and the couples go ice skating. One of those odd winter evenings. The same old 3 p.m. through the lens of the classroom window. I would describe the muted texture of the light through the glass, but it's become all too familiar. It'd be like raving about the miracle of flowers blooming in the spring. The novelty is gone. Chairs screech against tiled floors and students chatter all around, but the sounds follow me, weightless. The mayfly, the bug that lives for only a day once it grows its wings. It's a great metaphor. You must have seen it before. My mind wanders sometimes. It's like being stuck in a room with the TV set to local news, almost muted but not quite. Or like reading a boring web page because you're too lazy to click away. Having a voice in your head that won't shut up. It used to bother me, but I can handle it now. Listen to music on the way home, play a video game before you go to bed, kill time in any way you can, and it won't be so loud. Even ever wonder why they even bother? It's simple, really. You pick up your books, stand up, put on your gloves, and walk through the early winter chill. Get home, make a snack, relax, and let the process repeat itself. Life is the easiest thing in the world when you think about it. But sometimes memories resurface. The horrible red-brown and the eroaching on my vision creeping from a box locked safely away. Wow. Me. Oh. It's cold. I hadn't noticed before, but it looks like it's snowing. Was I out for that long? I was walking home from school a minute ago, I'm sure. Or is this a dream? That would make sense, but then why am I wearing my school uniform? And why is my wallet in my pocket? Well, that doesn't prove anything, but I might as well roll with it. It's seriously pitch black here. I can make out the snowflakes just fine. But nothing seems to be lighting them. I better start before I freeze to death. Ah! That light, it's... Oh. Oh. You come? You? Thank you for coming to see me. It's lonely here, you know. Lonely, yeah, I can't deny that. It's peaceful. It's a peaceful person trapped in the darkness under the snow fall, but it is a prison. What's the matter? Aren't you glad to see me? She seems familiar. I'm sure of it. The memory teases me like a vivid lucid dream, but I can't grab a hold of it. It's been such a long time. I thought you'd be ecstatic. I open my mouth, but the words are lost. The more I search for the memory, the more her eyes bewitch me. As snowflakes land on the girl's hair, I force the first words out of my mouth. Who are you? Do you really not remember me? What a shame. We have so much to catch up on. Her smile is confident and mysterious, somewhere between angelic and doll-like. There's nothing to worry about after all. We have all the time in the world. So then, who are you? She looks at me in the eye and my heart stops. I'm the person you wish you never met. She embraces me and my senses freeze until a color strikes my eyes against my monochrome backdrop. Hanging in the stillness, a red ribbon drips from the side of her hair. And on the side of the ribbon, something is written. But just as fantastic as the fact that the words are scrambled, blurred, even my eyes are only inches from it. That ribbon, don't you remember it? It was your... Her voice fades away. I glance at the ribbon again, but before I can move any closer, my stomach flips upside down. What? Ah! The rose warmth fades from my arms. Is she disappearing? This world is... A knife pierced my heart as I realized something. It's not the world that's disappearing. It's me. Wow. This game is pretty deep. Pretty damn deep. Too deep for me. Too deep for me. I am not this serious. I'm not okay with this. Oh, jeez. I clicked by accident. Okay, click on this. Oni-chan. Oni-chan, are you up? That sounds familiar. Mark, we're going to be late. Are you even listening to me? Yeah, I heard you. Jeez, what? It wouldn't kill you to be a little bit more gentle. Gentle? Gentle, but I'm your cute little sister. I'm automatically gentle. That's like saying I'm automatically dependable because I'm your older brother. Wait. See? If you're not the dependable sibling you're supposed to be, that gives me the legal right to find new and exciting ways to teach you. And who is it that wrote this law? More importantly, I have a history test this morning, so I'll leave you behind if I have to. Pouting, my diligent, evil little sister runs down the stairs. Can't she find a normal form of torture? It's bright out, pleasantly bright. I can hit lost just looking at the pale blue sky, although I fear the cold that accompanies it. See, this is why I hate winter. Naturally, no mercy from the northern hemisphere. Actually, does that even make a difference? Technically, every country has to be a part of the hemisphere. So there must be a warm region in the northern hemisphere, even so the southern hemisphere would be... Mark! I've been working on my... I don't know. I don't speak Japanese. I just broke my magnificent narration where I mess up every 30 seconds. And I'm coming. The last time she tries this, I shudder to think of it. I'm pretty sure I know my next practice subject will be if you make me fail my test. Isn't it usually practice partner or not practice subject? So that's my sister Rena. Since she started at my school, life has been hell. Well, maybe that's exaggeration. She's a nice girl and all. She takes care of me, makes me lunch, forces me to buy her stuff. See what I mean? I'm out of compliments already, and that threat certainly wasn't the first. Ouch! Stupid razor. Dad was supposed to show me how to use this thing. Anyway, Rena's a strange girl. To put it nicely, she's always rattling on about these crazy robot wars and melodramatic love stories that she watches, trying to find new and exciting ways to pull me into her world. I haven't figured out why she calls me Onichan yet, though. Is it ironic? Ironically unironic? Ironic because she thinks I'll think it's subtly. What? What? You guys can read that yourself. I can't understand what that guy's saying. I can only include that this is part of some devious scheme that I have yet to catch wind of. The tip of the iceberg, so to speak. The iceberg were our blood-related little sister. But as much as I'd like to criticize her, I can't complain. She still does better than me at school. Alright, I'm almost done. But as much as I like to criticize... Oh, and she also does a better job of cooking and budgeting than me. And she never sleeps in, and the only time she's late for class is when I hold her back. Now do you see what life her hell... Now do you see why life with her is hell? Good morning, did you sleep well? I slept perfectly fine until I was awoken by a certain someone. How could you say that? You should be thankful to have a cute girl like me wake you up every morning. You're not supposed to call yourself cute. Is that because we're blood related and you're... That's not why! I mean, it's a little vain, don't you think? And it's not very cute. True. But what if I'm doing it only to unnerve you? Good point. Well, I have to thank you for keeping me on my toes all the time. You're like my mother, is what I want to say, but I imagine her twitching smile and my life flashing before my eyes. So, Rin, you have a test this morning. Yep. I did a quick review with my friends yesterday, so you don't need to worry about it. I wasn't worried. Aww, is that your way of hiding your affection? Was that even remotely implied? I'm sure you'll pass the test. I just want to make sure you don't forget anything and end up failing for some stupid reason. At the time I accidentally brought my Game Boy instead of my calculator? Yes. Like that time. I was only 12. It was an innocent mistake. Only 12. Regardless, you got what I'm saying. Just don't screw up. I know, I won't. But aren't your exams coming up as well? Uh-oh. I was going to go over to Luca's house. Yeah, Luca's house. And study over the weekend. Or something like that. Even for you, that's not a very convincing lie. Psychic! But I did make that up on the spot. It wouldn't kill you to have a bit of faith in me. If I say I'll study, I'll study. Really? You'll spend your whole Saturday afternoon doing math problems and rereading your social science notes? I'm tempted to say what notes, but that really isn't the problem here. Well, would you look at the time? Don't change the subject. We're already late. Well then, we'll just have to continue at lunch, right, Oni-chan? That smile is much more endangering before you get to know her. Endearing before you get to know her. Made it! Alright. I'll go for a little bit longer. This is kind of interesting. I'm not usually into games like this, but you know, I don't know, maybe it'll get more interactive as it goes on. Either way, it's really interesting. I leap past the front door as the clock strikes 8, inhaling a lungful of December air. Not bad, Mark. Not bad at all. I can't keep up her voice. I just can't do high-pitched shit. You were taking so long with your bag that I thought you'd already put... I thought I'd really have to put the gloves on. I thought you were going to leave me if I took too long. I was only kidding. Leave my only brother alone to walk to school on such a cold day? I couldn't. And yet you could practice your anime fighting techniques on me? Well, when you look at it that way. But you know, mastery of the martial arts can be extremely important. But to does that have to do with anything? It's important, really. Yeah, I know. Self-defense and all that. No, not just self-defense, it's an extra weapon in your arsenal. What? Okay, picture this. Oh jeez, what is this? Imagine that you're fighting against an enemy who already knows your techniques. And why would I be doing that? Because the person challenged you because he kidnapped the princess? Use your imagination. But what if the princess is in another cat? Then you'll just have to go look for her. Ouch. Anyways, let's say that you end up in combat with somebody who knows that you're really good with long-range weapons, like a crossbow. They already know your weakness. All they have to do is dash forward and fight at a closer range. The archer won't be fast enough to react. Won't be able to react fast enough, and the attacker will have the advantage. But what if you're using a mid-range weapon like a lance? A lance? That's easy. Okay, this music's getting really loud. Turn down the music. I said turn down the music. Turn down the music. Shit. Fuck. And then so you can get that fucking loud. Damn. A lance? That's easy. A well-trained warrior would be proficient with both bows and axes. And everyone knows that an axe beats the lance. True, but then couldn't you just learn magic and attack from a distance? Yes, but if your enemy knows that you're a magician, a skilled axe wielder would eliminate you with a single strike. No critical is necessary. Even a magician needs an ace up his sleeve. And that ace is martial arts. That's one option. You can see magicians draw their power internally, not externally. Magic, unlike sorcery, flows through a natural internal circuit before it can be. Holy shit! This girl has some lungs! It can be used in the form of a spell. The use of the circuits can drain much of an amateur's magic energy, resulting in the weakness of Magus combat. In this scenario, even a trained Magus would be susceptible to attacks of an ordinary human, even more so if the human is skilled in hand-to-hand combat. No, it is unlikely scenario. It would be improved from magic to enough with. Oh god, it's making my head hurt. Enough with the improvement. Oh, enough with the improvement. Fine, I don't need you. She taps the Twitter icon on her phone and runs away. Okay, I might have been a bit hard on her back there. But this isn't a bad outcome either. You'd think that the streets would be a bit more busy in the morning, but no one ever passes by here. It's hard to get used to it if you're from the city, but I've lived in the suburbs my whole life, and I like it. The peace and quiet. It's nice. Let your mind wander. Let your mind wander to the things you'd rather avoid. Huh? What was that? I look around and momentarily spot a figure, but it disappeared before my eyes. Strange. She looked familiar. Meh. Can't be that important. 2 weeks later, I would look back on that moment as the first in a series of very, very silly assumptions. Alright, I think that's a good place to stop there. This story is getting very interesting. I'm really hoping that it gets a little bit more interactive. I'm going to give it a tiny bit more of a chance. Because it's saying I would look back on a series of very silly assumptions. I don't know. Even if it's just a little story, I don't know. It'd be kind of interesting to just have here. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this, stay tuned for more. Until next time, stay weird, peeps.